I want to talk a little longer on what I spoke about last night. I'm up here working with Samaritan's Purse in Boone, North Carolina, for Operation Christmas Child. And I spoke about how, they're really into Christianity, how they see this as the gifts they give open up people's hearts to speak about the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I kind of said some things. I don't really remember what I said, but I'm gonna clarify and get to the point. I believe in God, and I was raised in the church, and I think it's good to have a belief in a higher power. I think it helps you to deal with some of the things that happen in this world that just don't make any sense. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have some magic spell. I don't have some magic potion to solve all the world's ills. And like I said to a friend of mine the other day, I'm no intellectual. I'm just some guy that's read a couple of books and I was blessed to be raised by a really good mother. I'm no intellectual. Trust me. I've listened to a lot of people who I consider to be intellectuals. There you go. You say it like that. There's a lady that was speaking in the beginning, and it really wasn't. I realized now the introductions. It really wasn't to teach you anything that they were doing. It was just talking. It was like showing these videos of propaganda, showing you these videos and other stuff, other crap. And this lady was talking about how we are more divided and the world is more divided. And I'm laying in bed a little while ago. Context. I've been reading about this Navy SEAL that was killing innocent people and posed with dead bodies. And was charged for a whole lot of it and got away with it. And Trump got in the case and had it moved and all this kind of stuff. And I was gonna do a video, and I'm gonna talk about that later, about how really America has lost the high ground. How we went into Iraq, we were talking about how they hang our dead from bridges, and they burn their bodies, and this and that, and all this stuff about how we're better than them. We're not better than these terrorists, guys. We are no better than these terrorists. It's a little bit different because they cover a lot of shit up. We're no different than these terrorists. The only difference is we have more money. We've got the money and the means to lay out a lot of damage to people who are fighting with guns that are probably half my age. Guns probably 10, 15 years old. Pieces of it probably older than that. And these guys are shooting rockets. They're shooting javelin rockets. And that one rocket costs more than a soldier's yearly salary. And that rocket costs more than the people that are shooting it will see in a lifetime. That's what America is. But we're no better. We're no better than these terrorists. This Navy SEAL that was killing people, shooting children, and other Navy SEALs were trying to scare him off. This was the Navy SEAL's testimony, not mine, but it was a testimony about how he was just using more ammunition he had to use, scaring people off, and nothing happens. And now he's got his rank back. He's back in the SEALs. People are like, well, they're not going to respect him. That isn't the point. That's not even the point, man. The point is you have a president that intruded upon all this stuff. The base to the Navy. I don't care about your laws. I don't care about your rules. I don't care about your goddamn evidence. You let that man out of there. It's like a tyrant would do. You don't let the wheels... And it's crazy because I remember when the Trayvon Martin stuff was going on and all that, people were like, Obama shouldn't be giving his... I remember that. A lot of them black shooters, they were like, Obama shouldn't be doing... And he's with the blacks and all that. And now with Trump, do you see how everything's reversed now to where that's okay? Well, we're not physical conservatives. Well, then why'd you hate Obama so badly? He multiplied the drone program. He killed American citizens for the first time. He did a lot of things we'd never seen before. Why'd you hate him so much? I really gotta explain. And so we're not better than these terrorists. When America's lost the moral high ground, and the people who like support Trump and all that and love him, they're the best example of what I'm talking about. They are the best example of what I mean when I talk about how we have lost the moral high ground. When I was listening to this guy, I think his son is in the military or something. Yeah, his son's in the military. And he was talking to me about Obama. And I think he just thought, like I'm a truck driver or whatever, so I'm automatically conservative as it is. And he's like, well, when Obama was president, they had to make sure they were being fired at before they fired back. And they had to make sure they were shooting at the right people. And I'm sitting up here like, I think you just quoted laws of war. Like, that's what I find myself realizing more with America. When I look at the military, that we've done so much damage outside of the rule of law for so. I broke our own rules for so long that now America is doing stuff that runs contrary to long established norms of warfare. I mean, we it'd be like a man that abuses opioids, and before you know it, now he's doing heroin or cocaine. It's like, whoa, this isn't OxyContin or something. They say, well, I need it for my elbow. No, this is fucking street drugs going to drug dealers. And that's what I realized about America. We don't walk a higher path than the rest of the world. We really don't. There is no high road. There, I used to hear that when I was a kid, like the police, like the police may do bad stuff and everything to catch criminals, but the police really walk a higher road. And it's just that this last couple of years, I don't think so. Not anymore. I don't think so. In fact, they may walk a lower road. I can't go along with that. I can't do that. And I was just thinking about all this, and I'm still reading stuff on Facebook. And my aunt had her birthday. I had a sister happy birthday, and I thought about those Christian people at the thing. I thought about that lady that was talking to us. She's from Michigan, and she's like, the world is so divided. And I just thought to myself about how for Christians in that kind of position who have actually gotten with Billy Graham Ministry that has a lot of money and is able to, I'm sure they do a lot of good. Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure she had her chance to, I think she went to the hurricane in Dallas and has done some really good work to help a lot of people. No doubt in my mind. But I just thought about the fact that for her and for many others, Christianity gives them a gold-plated reason to just not care about anything. And I don't know. I think that's dangerous. I really do. I think it's dangerous. And I don't believe, and that's my problem with a lot of these Christians. I'm starting to realize is that for them, like, they think Jesus is going to come back tomorrow. And they're putting all, it's like these parents in the ghetto that put all of it on their kids to go be a football star. And then they get to college on a scholarship. And they put it all on them that they're going to go into the NFL. And it's just like, wow, I mean, you're not trying to get them to be a black physicist or a lawyer or botanist or a doctor or anything. You're trying to get them to go out there and throw a ball and run around in tights, which can end in a second, end in a heartbeat. All it takes is you fall down the steps, get in a bad car accident. It can happen to any of us. That's why I talk about socialism and all that, because we're all in a good position. But that can change in a heartbeat, in a second. My mom died of a blood clot. She died of a stroke, but it came from a blood clot. My mom she didn't smoke. I think she had some wine cool. I never saw her drink. I never see nobody. I wasn't raised around that growing up, people drinking or smoking. I didn't know what weed was. Even after my mom died, I was living with my grandfather, I'm playing video games and stuff. Even then, I didn't really know what that stuff was, you know? I'm just saying anything can happen to us. We can die, but more than likely you can be gravely injured to where you can't do what you do anymore. That's why I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful every day, but I don't use my religion as an excuse to pull the blinders down. And that's to me what those people do. It's their religion, their belief in God is like, well, I'm gonna support the troops and I'm gonna do this, and I don't think so. I don't think God calls you to just be blind. And I'm watching this propaganda video they put up there talking about the Syrian refugees and all that. And they were in Iraq, and they were handing out these shoeboxes. And the whole time I'm looking around, looking at people, and I'm thinking to myself about if America hadn't stuck our noses in that country to begin with, you wouldn't have to do that. There'd be no need to be handing out these shoeboxes, you know. But I know that's you know, hey, thinking too much again, right? I mean, I'm really disgusted. I'm embarrassed what my country has done over the last couple of years, and that isn't. I'm not even talking about Trump anymore. I'm not even talking about Trump. I'm just talking about in large part due to American foreign policy and these military misadventures that never end, going to war for 20 years on the basis of a lie, killing over 1 million people, burning trillions of dollars. And what do we get from it? What do we get from it? To where you want to tell a president that wants to come up with a healthcare program are socialist? Well, you know, I realize more about that word socialist is that it's socialism when it's dealing with poor people, but when it's giving tax breaks to billionaires and or Trump moving his money around moving money from ICE, from FEMA to ICE, that's not socialism, is it? That ain't socialism. That ain't socialism, is it? At that point, when you're doing things like that, because it's not socialism. It's only socialism that helps out the average working man. Didn't realize that. A little different, ain't it? I just think that's sad. And maybe what I'm participating in is white man's burden. Realizing, because one thing I realize, a lot of white folks, they know America's done a lot of dirt. But white people have their own little ways of believing, oh, well, they really deserved it anyway. White folks not stupid. They're not stupid. They know that Europe didn't get to where it got without taking natural resources from Africa. These people ain't stupid. Now they got these coons around here. The one in Georgia I looked at yesterday talking about, thank God for slavery. And I've seen that before. And for some reason, I just can't save it. Like, when I find certain articles, I'll save them and I'll send them around to my friends, or I'll save them on Facebook, or I'll take a picture of them, copy off Instagram, on Facebook. And for some reason, every time I see that, I can't save it. I can't watch the video. I just can't. It's like, I knew this, my friend of mine, his sister was a police or something. No, she was police. And somebody asked her to come to this lady's house. She was off duty. And the woman had done kind of witchcraft and put like chalk around the door, and she's like she couldn't go in the house. You're like, why? And she's like, I cannot. That's how I am with it. I can't read it. I mean, I don't care how many college degrees a woman has. I don't care how many people she knows. I don't care how much money she has in the bank. That's sickness. That is real sickness. That you're telling me that you're grateful that this man raped your ancestors and killed your ancestors and threatened to send them down the river. And all you can sit here and do is tell me you're grateful for that bullshit. You are sick. You're sick. And this is what the oppressor puts in front of us. Is this kind of sickness. To, you know what I mean, to basically make it like slavery wasn't that bad. It's like we're talking about Harriet Tubman, that movie. They were going to actually originally cast Julia Roberts as the role of Harriet Tubman. When I heard that, I couldn't even. I mean, Jesus. You got a movie about a woman that was leading people to freedom from slavery. I mean, these crackers, listen, man, these crackers have done a lot of racial appropriation. I'm talking about from the Asians, from the Hispanics, from the Native American, from the Indians overseas. I said Asians already. I'm talking about like anime and stuff. Black people, you know, but I gotta tell you, I can't read that one. I can't. Because it bothers me. Like, you know, I see these police beatings. Like, I don't want to watch them before I eat or before I go to sleep. I don't like to watch before I go to sleep or if I want to go to work. I don't want because it messes with your spirit. But I also realize that, see, this is why I look at my brother. He feels like it's not right because you mess with your spirit. I feel like I am a man. And I'm living in a time that's uncertain and it's controversial. And I felt like I cannot close my eyes to the ugliness of this world. Because when you close your eyes to the ugliness of this world, I guess then you can't understand why Kaepernick was kneeling, why these things are going on, why people are protesting with the yellow vests on. You can't understand why. And you watch this news and you get into this, well, they need to get a job. They need to pull some of their own bootstraps. They need to stop complaining and be thankful. And it's just, no, man. And that's what comes from that. That's what happens when you turn yourself off. I can't do that. But I do realize I've got to keep an even keel, keep an even balance. I can't let the ugliness outside affect the beauty that's in here and in here. Can't let it do that. It hurts me, you know. That's what some of them want. I watched something today, this morning. Fire chief was a deputy. Called his fire chief on the phone. It was a car wreck. And I think there's a black family and a white family. The white family, the firefighters were like, we'll change the tire for you. We'll you know, let's share it with the spirit. We'll save you some money. And the black family, they're like, let me see your ID. Let me see your registration and all this. And the deputy called the fire chief, and the fire chief says, I got nothing for no niggers. I wouldn't watch that in a few hours when I go to work. I wouldn't watch it. If I was going back to sleep, I wouldn't watch it. Because that affects me. Even if I don't notice it, I know it affects me. My heart rate, all that. And I can't do that. I'm not in a position where I can do that. I still got to work with white people. Got way off subject. My point is just the fact that I don't think America has a moral high ground. And I don't want to say this, it's too strong. I have a problem respecting anybody who wants to make excuses for the oppressor. And That's like I said, my feeling is that your belief in God gives you a gold-plated reason to not really care about anything. And then you got this, this thing here where you're giving out shoeboxes and everything, charity and stuff. And those are things that those are things that make you feel better. My this deacon at my church I used to go to, he said by Billy Graham, he said that Billy Graham could have done a whole lot more for black people, for civil rights. I believe that was true. I said again, Billy Graham could have done a lot more black people. And I mean, they've got the comments of him making comments, I think, about Jews and stuff. And I'm not going into that because all those white folks. My thing about it is, these crackers don't like Jews. They don't like Asians. They don't like none of that. But you've got Jews that don't like black people. You got Mexicans don't like black people. You got Asians don't like black people. But really, behind closed doors, and you really look, they don't like black people, man. They never did. They never liked you either. And that's people talk about the Willie Lynch letters. That's one thing. But it's also interesting to me to see how they divided up the races, because we are all one, man. We are the original peoples of the earth, not just Caucasian. But I let it go at that. Like I said, just don't let your religion and God make you ignore the oppressed. I can't do that. And maybe I'm hurting myself. Maybe I am hurting myself by paying attention to these. Maybe I'm cutting years off my life by watching the Family Dollar thing where the police ran up on the parents and pulled guns out on the parents because a little girl had stole a Barbie doll. Maybe by me watching shit like that, I'm cutting years off my life. Maybe I'm raising my blood pressure. I don't know. I hope I'm not. But I don't believe God puts us on this earth just to make a bunch of money and get the big house on the hill. And then once we get position and power, to forget about the people that God I can't do that, man. My grandpa was like that. I can't do that. I can't do that. And I feel as though God has blessed me. Honestly. Being out here in this cold world, I feel like God has blessed me because I wasn't raised around drugs or alcohol, wasn't raised around abuse, wasn't raised around. I didn't have sex till I was 21 years old. I didn't touch a woman until I was 21 years old. And I thank God for that. And I realize that our society is so sick that having babies when you're 18 and 17 and 16 now is so normal. It's so normal now that the fact that I didn't have, that's weird. And that just gives you an idea of how sick our society really is. I don't think rampant pornography and just having sex with everything, every animal, beast, I don't think that's progressivism. And that's not the progressivism I'm fighting for. It's like I was telling you earlier about how there's a lot of homosexuals up there that married this person. From what I saw. People I met and talked to, there's a whole lot of it. You can tell. And people might think that's progressivism, that they're not anti-gay. They're, you could talk with them, I don't think so. Progressivism to me is, let's talk about why we're supporting Israel. They're not doing good. They're not doing Christ-like things. So why are Christians supporting them? It's almost like if you have a kid and you love your kid, you're supporting your kid out here committing crimes, he's done grown up, he's committing, it's like, okay, you love him, I get it. But that's a man. He ain't thinking about you when he pulled that gun on somebody. He ain't thinking about you when he stole that car. See what I'm saying? Can't do that. And they don't like a lot of Christians. They make mockery of these Christians too. I'll let you guys go, guys. Peace.